Good evening, everyone. So, welcome to our seventh episode of our English podcast. And here I am with my co host, André. How are you, man?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm doing really well. Hope to be of help.
Of course, you will. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about The Office. That's the TV show. But before, if this is your first episode of you guys being watching us, so my name is Italo. This is André. We are both English teachers, and our goal in here is to provide a very nice content, live content, with a lot of expressions, and also help you guys develop your listening skills through some episode of podcast every week. All right. So today we're going to be talking about The Office. But before we get into that topic, André, I know that watching things in English can be a TV show, movie, like cartoons. Everybody has this question, like, how should I watch? Like, should I watch with caption, like the subtitles or not? I should watch it taking notes. So just like the next like 2-3 minutes, let's just give some help from people here, and let's help these guys of how to use the television, their Netflix, their streaming of taking advantage for their English improvement. So please, what can you say to help anyone that is watching us to improve their English through watching something?
Do you want to start? You want to start? Where can I start?
Uh, you can start. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will mention something very very simple, but the the good things about the simple things is that sometimes we forget them. So it's good to
Mhm.
have someone remind us
Mhm.
of simple good things to do. One thing a lot of people forget is they mix the time of learning with pleasure time. So people are already used watching things. Some
Mhm.
people they are already used watching YouTube videos, watching Netflix, watching Prime Video, whatever streaming service. We will call them streaming services for now. So streaming
Yeah.
service,
Yeah.
whatever streaming services you have. All right. So people are used to it. And how do they watch it? Well, you have some people that really, after their job, after their duties, they sit down in front of a big TV screen and they watch it. Well, I'm curious to know what the number is on how many people do it like that, because most people watch it and they have a phone in their hands,
Yeah.
or they watch it on the TV or some device and they watch it laying down very relaxed, or they watch it on the computer with double monitor and they're doing something else and watching a TV show and working if they're a dad, or they work, they work online at home. So
Mhm.
they're already used to seeing the streaming service as a routine thing. Now, when I tell my students to use TV shows on streaming service, I always tell them grab something that you can take notes. May that be, just a regular notebook, piece of paper, or online device, but make sure it's on airplane mode. Sit down in front of it. If you're watching on the TV, well, sit on the couch and have something that you can put your notebook on, so you can take notes. If you're watching on notebook, make sure that's your only the only thing you're paying attention to. So that's the thing that I will say. This is my tip. Very simple. Don't
Yeah.
forget, make it your studying time. It can be fun. Studying can be fun, but you can't remove the studying. It needs to be studying. So watch, learn everything, but remember, not laying down. Have the moment from that. You can even you can even stop watching. You can even put it on.
Mhm.
See,
Yeah.
I'll listen to 30 minutes. I'll do it for 30 minutes. And then you do it. Then you listen. Then you try to repeat. Then you take notes. Do all the things that we already
Exactly.
did. Was that more than two,
Wow.
3 minutes?
Amazing, man. Amazing. I think it was very clear for everybody that is watching us. Like, watch things to help in English. It means it's a certain study, like you're studying. So you're not gonna improve your English watching Friends, The Office, laying down your bed and doing nothing. So yeah, you're gonna just learn so little. So wow, amazing tip. And after you choose the right spot to study, the right time, as Andres said, then comes the question, right? Like, how should I watch? I think that can be my tip. Like, out in English, subtitle in English, out in English without subtitles. Subtitles, guys, is what has like all the words written, all right, below the video. Or like out in English and subtitle in Portuguese. Well, I think depend on where you are in case of English. So if you're basic, I highly recommend you watch something, if you can watch the audio in Portuguese, but the subtitle in English, because you're gonna see how things are said in English from your language. So if you see somebody saying like, o que você está fazendo? And then you're gonna see what you're doing. You say, this is how I say o que você está fazendo in English. So you don't translate English to Portuguese, which is not a very good exercise. But if you translate Portuguese to English, this is a very good exercise because you're having like your mother language to your new language. So I think this is very useful. But if you are in intermediate level, well, out in English and subtitle in English, because you're going to improve your vocabulary. You're going to make like, you're going to match things from like the listening to your vocabulary. But if you feel very comfortable to speak and also to listen, so bye subtitles, right? Because subtitles are great. They are very comfortable. But if you want to reach the next level, you need to say bye to the subtitle. It's going to be like so uncomfortable for the next first, second, third month, maybe. But after, you guys going to have this freedom of watch everything you want without subtitle. That is a very big victory for somebody who is learning English, right? Do you agree, André? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have something to add?
I do that. When you first shared that thought, I don't know if you remember, it was kind of revolutionary. We talked about it when you first shared it.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in a live. Yeah.
We debated that before. But I highly agree with you, and I changed my mind on the perspective. And now I also share it your way. I think it's very valid. It makes a lot of sense.
Got it. So let's jump into today's topic, The Office, right? The Office. I have to say before we starting here, André recommended me to watch The Office since 2000, I don't know, 2020 or something. Say, yeah, you should watch it. I don't know, man. I need to find some time. And then last year, I was like, I had just finished my lunch. My wife was working. I didn't have my daughter at the time. So I had to say, okay, I'm going to lay down the couch and say, let's check what I can find on Netflix to watch. Then I saw The Office and let's see. I'm going to give it a try. And then I watched the first episode and I found it hilarious. And then I sent a voice message to you, say, André, oh my God, this is so good. I'm going to keep watching. And this, I have to say, guys, you guys know me. I'm a big fan of Friends, but I'm not going to say that Friends is better, The Office is better. I'm not going to say this. They are totally different TV shows, but The Office has something different. It's something different. So if you guys are watching this episode, you have never watched The Office, so homework to you guys. At least watch the first episode or the first season, and then you guys are going to have an opinion. But André, I would like to know, the first question here, what is your favorite episode from The Office?
Oof. That's always a hard one, huh? Ranking things based on what? So I was prepared for this question.
Maybe like the funniest one. I don't know, the one
No,
that...
I was prepared for the question. I was prepared for this question, and I will answer it in a way that I found plausible. So I thought, what would be my favorite episode? I will say in a show that's supposed to be comedy. The main target is to be comic. I think that my favorite episode, I will choose the voice message. I think that's the name of the episode. I'm not sure if that's the name of the episode. I think that's the name of the episode, but you will know what episode I'm talking about it once I describe it. It's the episode in which Pam and Jim, they are apart. Jim is in the office, and Bam is studying art in New York. So the reason why I chose this episode is because it's one of the most well constructed scenes, in my opinion, and it's very emotional. It's a day that um, they have a lot of troubles of their own apart from each other, and they can't really communicate with each other. And then at the very end, they leave each other a voice message at the voicemail, when this was still a thing. If
Hmm.
you're too young to know,
Yeah.
you could only pretty much call people and text them. So if they didn't answer, you were left at the voicemail, right? You leave a voice message so that the person would, kind of like an audio, kind of like, just like sending an audio nowadays. You left an audio at the other person voicemail, and the scene is so well constructed that they kind of tell each other the same things without having talked to each other the whole day. And it's very nice. It's a beautiful scene. It shows that connection even through the bad days. A good connection is a good connection. And I think that's my favorite episode. I think the name of the episode is Voice Message, by the way.
That is nice, man. I do remember this
Yeah.
episode. This is very nice one.
And
As
the
you said.
dialogue was very important because they say kind of the same things to each other, and then they and,
Hmm.
and, and you think, oh, they finally got to talk to each other, and then
Yep.
and in the middle of it, you're like, oh shit, it's a voice message. They're not
Hmm.
really talking to each other.
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Well, as you said, well constructed. Well, like
Yeah,
was well written. Then nice, nice. I have to say, as I said, like to choose one episode from like The Office is true. Like it's too hard. It's too hard. While
yeah.
you were talking, I was thinking, and I guess I remember like two of them that made me like laugh so hard. So the first one is the golden ticket.
Golden ticket.
The golden, the Willy Wonka idea, you know?
That scene between Daryl, Michael, and the CEO. It's oh,
Exactly, exactly,
it's
exactly. So
midnight.
one of my favorite episode is the golden ticket. So for the ones that never watch it, basically Michael Scott, who is like the main character, he had like a brilliant idea of in the shipment for their clients. He put like 3 or 6 golden tickets, which means like a 50% discount, and he spread this in different shipments. Shipments means when the product will be sent from ship or transport, whatever. And Jim, who was a salesman, got like a call from one of his big clients, one like I think the biggest client from the office, and say, "Ah, you found a golden ticket." And then Michael got concerned. Okay, Oscar, how much does it like is gonna cost you here, like, or for us, 50% of this big client? And he said, "Oh, there's a big like damage for us and everything because they are our biggest client." And then the same client found the 6 golden tickets.
Same.
and and that was like, and then many things happen after that. So that's one of my favorite episodes. And the second one,
Again, a very an amazing scene. Do you know why does that scene specific, why does it get to you so much?
I don't know. I think because like before they find out that it was like the 6 golden tickets in from one like shipment, he called everyone in the conference room. Okay, golden tickets idea, golden tickets idea. So like he was bragging, like, oh, showing off, like, oh, look the idea that I had. So then he messed up everything. So that was I think what made me like laugh so much. Like he had a great idea, but as Michael Scott used to do things, he screwed up. And the other episode that definitely I think was one of the most embarrassing episodes that I think was really hard to watch for so embarrassing it is. I think you know the one I'm talking about is the dinner party. You know?
Oh, dinner party. No, I thought you were gonna say something different. I think dinner party is easier to watch than the
So
college fund.
embarrassing. No,
College
it's
fund is
all
the most embarrassing.
Michael Scott Thoughts. Like that's I think that was the episode or the name or
The name
something.
of the episode.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
hard failing now
And
because we
they
forgot
make
to
like a choral something. They produce such dance in
they
front of.
dance for him. Yeah, the Michael Scott. That one's the hardest. But why
Yeah.
why the dinner party? Because dinner party, the event is some couples at the office go to Michael Scott's house, and he is living together with
Jan
Jane.
Levis.
Jane Levinson, I presume.
But I have to say what catch me that from that episode, many things like the candles room that stinks, Jan dancing, her secretary song and everything. But I think the most I don't know the funnest part when Michael brings everyone to deliver. Look at that, we have 10 people watching us. Wow, like this is our
Nice.
like our highest number in here. Wow,
All right.
thank you guys. I
Yo,
think the funniest part it was when Michael bring everyone like to the room and then say, I bought a plasma TV.
yeah.
And if, and you, when you think like a plasma TV, you think like, oh my god, like I don't know, around 100 inches or something. But it
Yeah.
was like this size, and I standing here for hours watching.
Yeah.
And okay, if you need some room, if you need some space, bang on the.
It's retractable. They say that it was hard to keep a straight face on set that day. I
Man,
heard
I have to
I
say,
don't remember who it was, but people said that day was one of the hardest days to be
I
on
don't know,
set
man. And yeah, like,
ever.
but this part, I bought a plasma TV with these pauses. I bought a plasma TV. So I'm saying, okay, it's gonna be the biggest one, and it was like this short. That's okay. And it say, I got standing here for hours watching it. So okay, I say, okay, you need some space. Bang,
It's a great scene.
man, come on, that was amazing. That was amazing. So these are my two favorite episodes from the Office. Let me put myself together because, as I said, guys, The Office, it's really funny. Just only talk about it, make me laugh. Huh? Joy's there.
Someone
Joy's
wants
there.
someone
And
wants to
and thinking about like The Office, we know that is a super funny a TV show. But what makes you like this? What makes you like The Office? What exactly? Besides that, is a very funny, like is a well entertaining. So, what makes you like it?
the fact that they don't tell me when to laugh. I think that that's my favorite thing about it. I
Mhm.
like sitcoms, usual sitcoms. They have the laughing background, right? And it
Mhm.
kind of induces you to find something funny, or
Yeah.
sometimes it's to mask something that wasn't that funny, but
Yeah.
they put on as a joke. So, excuse me, dog. Now, all right. Thank you very much. I'm piercing from the pad. I'm sorry. I think that the background laughter is something that it's nice because of the office is something that it's supposed to sting. It's supposed to sting. Like sometimes it's supposed to hurt in a way,
Yeah.
Sting is hurt. It's like that pinching pain sting. It's supposed
Mhm.
to sting. I think that that's what's funny about it.
Yeah.
For me, they don't. They leave it at you. You can watch it and only find it a painful watch. There's some
Mhm.
people that find it a painful watch. Like, how can you laugh at that? It's
Yeah.
exactly that makes it funny for me.
Sure.
Not the randomness. Like it it's not. It's supposed to be funny, but everyone will find
Mhm.
pieces of it because they can relate to different parts. of it.
Got it.
And the
Got it.
form of mockumentary really gets me. I really like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. I think I really like for two reasons. The first one, what you just said, it looked like a documentary. It doesn't look like a sitcom, you know. They talk to the camera, they look at the camera, you know. Like I think this is something revolutionary from like the TV show, because nobody was like, don't look at the camera, but like they really talk to the camera, you know. So it's like it looked like a documentary. And the second thing is it is really well scripted. I just like saw that like happening on the episode when Pence got married, which was really fun. I think the part one where I remember like Michael went to the hotel lobby, to the hotel reception, and they say, Michael Scott. And the receptionist said, like, oh, we don't have any room with that name. He said, oh, yeah, because I didn't book. I said, I'm so sorry. So, like, our hotel is full. We don't have any vacancies. And he said, really? And then he tried to share a room with Dwight, share a room with Stanley, like, and so on and so on. And he didn't find a room for himself. And then after this episode happens that scene with Pen's grandmother, right? That she found out that she was pregnant, and she said, I'm not going to stay in this wedding. I'm going to go home. So Michael said, oh, it means there is a room available? So it's well scripted, you know, like they found like jokes that are really good jokes, but through a storytelling, you know. So it's a very intelligent script. So this is what really makes me watch it. Like I think I have watched it 3 times, the whole
thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. So
The
I
whole
think
thing.
the whole thing, exactly. So I think for these two reasons, like because it's a documentary style, and also because it's well scripted, you know, it's very well scripted, you know. So for these reasons. But man, like I'd like to know, because I have to say that the last episodes of The Office, I have to say it's like, wow, it was really good, you know.
They're
And
really good. They're good.
they're really good. I really say like, because sometimes like some sitcoms, they start really well, really good, but like they don't know how to finish. They finish like in a very, I don't know, stupid way, you know, like something like, oh, everybody's happy and everything and finish. But The Office not. But I'd like to know, has The Office taught you something?
I think that it teaches us a lot of things. Sometimes it's technical, sometimes it's about acting, sometimes it's about improvise, sometimes it's a lesson that you get from the people that made it because it generally interests you. But I don't think it's like a TV show that I put like a morale. Like there's a story
Mhm.
behind it, like a really nice message. There's a really nice message behind it. You know, no, I don't think so. It's just because it's pure funny. It helps that it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Large debate if it could have been shorter or not, the end. But you know, I think it's not the TV show. Oh, it's a comedy show. That's it.
Mhm.
That's what it is after all. Okay, so we gotta treat it as a comedy show. It's like
Yeah.
if you like comedy, do you like watching things so you can get a laugh out of it, or do
Mhm.
you really always need something with a story, with a message behind it? Because then The Office might not be for you. You can get those messages if you're the kind of person that searches for it. Like, okay, you can learn something from this. You can learn something from this interaction. Oh, this is so cringe. I hope I do not act like this. Maybe that's learning in a way, right? But if we're gonna be very like, oh, like Sons of Anarchy, for example, it's a TV show, it's a TV series. I learned a lot with it about values, about narratives. So
Nice.
that's a TV show that you want to watch something to learn with it, like to make your brain go, oh, yeah. Sons of Anarchy is a TV show that I would recommend, but not The Office. No, The Office is like, you like comedy? Do you want to see great people acting? You want to see great actors, and most of it improvised, and then you understand that it's improvised, we're like, oh man, how can they keep a straight face in that situation? Because
Exactly.
we're talking about most of them, they were big in theaters, and Steve Carell was already a star.
Hmm.
So, everyone was like, "Whew, let's see Steve live performing something that has a script, but a lot of it was improvised."
Improvised.
So, I don't think there's a message behind The Office, but
Got
you
it.
can learn a lot from it. You can
Um,
appreciate it. It's really art.
Absolutely. I agree, but in one very like little part of what you said, I disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why. As you said, like you're not gonna choose The Office to watch for something that I'm gonna change something in my life now. You're gonna watch it because, as you said, you wanna laugh, you're gonna see really good people acting, and that's the goal. And that was my goal. But when I watched The Office for the first time, and I remember like it was at night, it was like midnight, I was watching it, and my wife was sleeping. I said, I have to finish The Office tonight. It was like I think the last episode, and I told her, say, you can go to bed. I have to finish I have to see how things end. And something that Gene said in the last episode that really picks me down. Do you remember that scene where I think the last one, Gene gave Penn a CD, like a DVD,
Mhm.
that he asked all the producers there to collect all his moments with her, like from season 1 to season 10, I guess so. And she watched it. That was a very nice song, very nostalgic, and it was like, wow. And it was like, wow, very nice. And Gene said something that I think to almost finish. He said, wow. I think it was something like that. He said, wow, this is super weird and amazing at the same time. A camera like filming you, like recording you for 10 years. Everything you do, everything you think, like your attitudes, your decisions. You guys, that you will say, like, you guys is like us, right? You guys saw me fall in love, getting married, become a father, have like being promoted and everything. Now I can see, I can watch it. And then I really stop and think, even there is this quote on the internet that for me didn't make sense, but after I watch it, I said, oh my God, this really makes sense. So, and if, I don't know, in 10 years, I don't know, next year, 2025, someone comes with a DVD to you, with video showing your life from the last 10 years, like everything that you did, your decisions that you made, places that you went, people that you met, and everything. How cool that would be, or how boring that would be. So it made me really reflect on, like, oh, what I'm doing, like I'm really enjoying, like, and if there was really like a documentary about my life, so what Gene said really, like, I remember, like, that I paused the episode and I was like, wow, this is a message that I never thought that I was gonna listen from The Office. you know maybe I was like, maybe I was expecting to hear that from a podcast, from like coaching sections and everything, but not from The Office. So every time that I watched that scene and he said this, I was really thinking, like, wow, and if he was with us, you know if we had this opportunity to someone, like, recording everything that we were doing, and then we have the opportunity to watch, so how are we gonna feel? So that made me reflect a lot. So that's why I said, like, I just part of disagree with you. Don't get mad with me.
I'm not mad at you.
Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. And then before we finish, would you like to add something about The Office, about this episode of our podcast, and here to the ones that are watching us?
Nope, I guess, but that's it. Was a pretty nice chat we had. It's a great
Mhm.
show. Go watch it. A lot of people interpreting really well. It's nice. It's good.
Mm.
It's a painful watch in a way that sometimes the action of some characters make you go like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
oh, wow."
The
And it's
dinner
funny
party made me feel this
because
way.
you try to understand. I try to understand them, and like, they're well constructed characters. It's
For
nice.
sure.
It's a very good show. Go
For
watch
sure.
it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, guys, so this was our seventh episode of our English podcast. So, for the guys who don't know us, again, we are both English teachers, and every week we are here live on YouTube providing this live content 100% in English, which now you guys can watch it, the whole recording. If for a reason you guys didn't watch, you guys were not in here in the first minute. So, guys, you have the opportunity to watch like driving, like washing the dishes or whatever, you know. So thank you so much, André, my co-host, and everybody that was here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So every week we'll be here, and I think probably we're gonna see each other, André, next week, right? Probably gonna be on Wednesday, right? Gonna be on Wednesday, so December 18th at the same time, the same channel, right? And guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it all. See you guys next week. Take care, guys. Thank you.